Hi, this is Fernando Herbosa with ReallyNiceHomes.com, Maxus Realty Group, and today I'm going to continue with my video series of videos I am doing to help home sellers sell the property for the most money at the right timing. And today I'm going to be exploring something that I saw on a local MLS a few days ago when I was searching for properties. I saw that there were some properties that were in the market for over a year, 365 days on market. And I wonder, are those home sellers asking themselves this question: why isn't my house selling? So I decided to just do a quick study. So I went and I wanted to be fair to everybody. So I wanted to exclude all the properties that are short sales, because whenever people are trying to sell a short sale, they're dependent on the lender that's going to be saying the final yes or no, and they're not depending on the home seller, and they're not depending on the listing agent. So I excluded short sales, and I wanted to find out on just the 3 counties where I operate mostly from all my listings, which is Montgomery County, PG County, and Frederick County. I wanted to find out how many listings were there for over 1 year. And I found there was a total of 157 listings. From those listings, then I wanted to analyze the reasons why I think they're not selling, because these are homes that have been on the market for 365 days, a whole 4 seasons, we're going all the way from spring, the summer, the fall, and the winter, and they're still not selling. So I wanted to try to analyze this because I want to make sure that you, as the viewer of this video, or if you're reading this on my book, you're going to find out what are the mistakes these people are doing to have a listing for over 365 days. And the number one thing that I noticed is that 19% of all these listings had only one picture. And these are pictures that are active right now as I'm doing this video. So 19% of the listings, then the listing agents have only put one picture on the listing. 30% of all the listings have 3 or less pictures. Some agents did put more than one picture, but no more than 3. 30%. 1/3 of all these listings were only 3 pictures or less. And then I also found out that 74% of all listings have 10 pictures or less. So this is really one of the key questions that I want to making sure sellers should be asking themselves. What is the number one reason why will a buyer be attracted to my house? And this question is also for listing agents. You need to find out what is the reason why people are going to be attracted to come and see a listing. And the number one thing I think that presents itself to help you sell any listing is the pictures that you are going to put so they can find them on the internet. So I'm going to talk to you about the importance of pictures, because photos are extremely important, because it's the very first impression on the eyes of the buyers today. Over 94% of people looking to buy a home right now, they go to the internet to start looking for these properties. And then buyers are totally making judgments about listings based on the images that they see. Buyers are looking for an excuse to exclude your property because they don't want to go and waste their time. And that's exactly what's going on when buyers are searching on the internet. They go in listing after listing after listing, and I want to remind you, there are several listings in there that these people have to choose from. And they don't have the time to go and see 50, 60 listings with their real estate agent. Obviously, what they want to do is narrow down their search so they can pick maybe the top 5, the top 10 listings that they want to go and see. So then, because they're looking at over 40, 50 listings, the buyers are looking for an excuse to exclude your property from seeing. And if you only have 1 picture or 3 pictures or 4 pictures, then basically you are not giving yourself the best chance to be able to get the buyer to be interested on your property. But in the same concept, you have to understand the quality photos of all aspects of the property are essential when it adds value to the property. Because not just because you have pictures of everything and you're going to just dump it in your listing, then you're going to hope that one of those listings is going to stick, and you're going to hope that the buyer is going to choose that property as a place that they want to go and see later with their real estate agent. No, and this is one of the biggest problems that I see all over the place, because quantity is not really a good thing when you don't have a quality picture that is depicting the property in the right way. You don't want to reveal everything of the listing and all pictures. In my MLS right now, we can put up to 30 pictures. And I don't want to use all 30 pictures and give everything about the listing, because I want the buyer to be wanting to see more. I want them to decide, it says, you know, I've seen enough that I really want to see the rest. And that's the reason why these people are going to come to visit your listing. That's the reason why they're going to tell their realtor, I want to go and see this property. So you don't want to reveal everything on the property. And I see this over and over again. You know, just because you want to fill the slots of pictures that you can put maybe up to 30 pictures, you're putting pictures of bedrooms, small bedrooms, where you can only see a part of the floor, a window, and a bed, and that's it, making these rooms look smaller. What's the reason why you want to put that in the MLS or in the internet for people to see? Because immediately they're going to say, these rooms are too small. And boom, you exclude it from the list of houses to be shown. Or you're going to be trying to show and take a picture of the bathroom, and you end up taking a picture of the toilet, and that's it. We just see over and over again. And there's a picture of the toilet depicting the listing that you're trying to sell. What is the reason why you're putting that picture in there? Just because you want to fill up the slots of the pictures? There's no reason for you to be doing that. So that's what I'm saying. Quality over quantity is the most important factor on the pictures. In making sure that those pictures are going to give the best presentation possibly for the listing, so your clients can come or the possible buyers can come and see the house because they want to see more. So the next thing I noticed on those 157 listings is that the remarks of the listings, that was a very big, huge understanding that the people that are trying to sell those houses don't have concept of how to write the right things in order for them to attract buyers to those houses. And these are actual listings, and I took the actual remarks on the listings, and this is it. This is the whole remarks on the sections where it says listings. One of them I saw is that all offers must include full buyer financial information and EMD, which is the deposit, send all offers to, and they put their email address. Which, in a sense, this is everything that they're doing to try to sell this property. The house, 860 days on the market. The next one, call first showing, contact, lockbox, none, no SGN, which I presume is sign, on prop, which is I presume is property. 518 days on market. Maybe this is the reason. These people are considering trying to sell a property, but there is nothing on the remarks where they will either compel the reader to say, maybe I need to check this property. This other one, this been on the market for 423 days. Everything is newer. They mentioned the high school. Big lot, shows well, lots of prudential, which I think what they're meaning is potential, which I understand, you know, is a major mistake by the listing agent. And maybe that's the reason why this house has been on the market for 423 days. And there is one that's been on market unbelievably for 1,978 days. Approximately 5.3 acres with house, septic system, and well. However, house requires complete renovation. There is nothing in there that compels anybody to say, I want to go and see this listing. And maybe this is the reason why these properties are not selling. So now let's talk about the importance of remarks, because they are the pictures of words. Just like pictures are important on a listing, the remarks are actually the pictures of words that you are trying to imply into the buyer to say, I want to go and see this house. Words have power. And although sticks and stones may break your bones, words can help you sell a home. I can assure you of that. Don't repeat what is already described and assume. A lot of mistakes that I see that a lot of listing agents do is that they keep repeating, this is a 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. They already know it's a 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths because they have a section where it's showing how many bedrooms and how many baths they have. So why are you using the part of the remarks section to repeat the same thing when you should be using to get the buyer to be emotionally attached to your house so they can come and see it? The other mistake I see is abbreviations, shortcuts, and professional terms that should be completely avoided. You know, we've seen on the samples that I just read a little while ago where they have some mistakes, but they also have abbreviations that a lot of people don't understand what you're trying to say. The shortcuts does not help you on the remarks, on the words that you're trying to use to sell. This is the time to be able to be very clear and concise on the type of message you're trying to convey. Let the house speak, not the salesperson. This is selling 101 because you don't want to be sounding like a salesperson. You want to be letting the house itself speak to the buyer. Come and see me. I am your house. I am the one that you're looking for. And when you start thinking about what the house should be saying to the possibly buyer of this house, then you start looking at a whole array of different things that you can say to be able to attract these buyers to the house. The key thing is that you want to have the buyer start thinking about living in the house. And that's how you're going to be able to get them emotionally attached to your house. By then imagining being in a living room, imagining being in a deck, imagining looking at that view. Those are the things that you'll be speaking about in the remark sections. And instead of saying, this is 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. So you don't want to sell or seem like you're trying to sell. You just want to let the house speak to the buyer. And stop trying to look like everyone else. Everybody copies everybody, and this is a really, really bad situation for any home seller when their listing agents are not creative at all, and they're just copying from one listing to the next listing. Everything sounds and looks the same. Looking like everyone else is just basically the worst thing you can do. Because if you're creating listings that blend in with the crowd, the people will simply ignore you because they get accustomed to that, and they just going after listing after listing after listing until they see something different, and that's when they stop. Because listing descriptions are the sizzle and the house is the steak. And that's how you should be able to approach how you write something on the remarks on a house trying to sell. And this is possibly not the reason why these houses did not sell, but I'm just trying to convey to you what I think are the major problems and why a house can be 365 days and no one wants to buy it. And I presume you already know that the pricing is also a major factor why those houses are not selling. And I can assure you, maybe that is the situation with it. So I wanted to show you what is, in as simple terms as possible, how important is the price on a house, because a lot of sellers are not being taken care of in the right way by the listing agents because they're not well informed and they are not educating the sellers the importance of pricing this property the right way so they can sell it and not get stuck for 365 days. As you can see, it's a very simple concept that you can see from the pricing. You know, without going into much detail, you have a pivot of condition and price. And as the condition goes to the worst part, the price is going to drop. Just like if the price is higher, then the condition be the best possible in a house. So that is really what you need to understand, that when a condition and the price of your house has to be in balance with each other. You cannot have a high price on a house and have the worst condition, just like you cannot have a low price on a house and have the best condition. There is a pivot in the middle, and this is a balance. And your realtor or the person who's helping you sell this property should help you understand exactly at what level of condition is your house and what level of price you should put the house in the market for. And that's a very important thing, so you are not making the mistake of putting it in a place where you are not going to sell the property. So in the real estate world, we have this thing that we call the PON. That's the current housing market, which is basically equated to what a water pound should look like. As you know, a water pound, you're going to have the top of the surface of the water, which will be the flowing water going from one end to the other end. That is what equates to what new listings come in, and they stay on the top part of this pond and go to the other side where they're going to be sold. This is where you're going to find out where the houses have the best value and price, and they're being shown all the time, and offers are going to be made for you. And that is where you want your listing to be, because the next level on this pond, from the surface of water, you go to the middle, and this is the part where homes are being shown perhaps, but there's no offers. And that means that there is not a balance between the price and the condition and the other terms that relates to the price of the house. And when buyers are coming, they're looking at this property because it's being shown. It's being shown to buyers, but the buyers are completely refusing to buy the house because they don't see the value. So in this case, the property is below the floor where the homes are coming for sale and they're being sold. On the other side, this home is kind of getting stuck in the middle because there is something missing. And then the worst properties, which in this case will be these homes that have been in the market for 365 days, is whenever the price is completely out of line with the condition of the property and offers are not just not being made, but this house is not being shown. If you have a listing right now and no one is coming, you are stagnant. This is the part of the mass of water where it's at the bottom of the pond, where nothing is flowing. You're getting stuck. Meanwhile, listings on top, on the flow of the water, they're coming in and they're selling, and you are stuck on the bottom. Nothing is happening because you are not realistic with your price, you're not realistic with your condition of the house, you're not realistic really in how you should approach to sell this property. There are many reasons why a house may sell, but price is a very important factor because the price is equating to the condition of the house. And the pond, that we call it, is a good description of representation, basically, of what you should do when you put a house in the market. When you put your house in the market, you want that house to be on the top surface of the water of this pond so it will flow all the way to being sold just like it's supposed to do. And making sure that you don't get stuck and go all the way to the bottom where it becomes stagnant and you will not be able to sell it for a long time. I want to thank you for your time. My name is Fernando Herboso. I'm a broker for Maxus Realty Group, reallynicehomes.com. When results come, give me a call, 301-246-0001. I am in Maryland, DC, and Virginia. Thank you. Have a great day.